Okay. So, what I'm going to do is set up my little Chiral Structures factory on planet 1. My planet is a lava planet, so this is how I do it. Now, this isn't exactly always the right way, but this is how I make my. So, here we go. Okay. I view it in planet mode. Alright, and as you can see, like, I already have my command center on here, and I've already upgraded as far as my skills will allow, so, like, 4 is as high as I can go. Um, you want to do that, like, right away, as many levels as you have, make sure you get that up. That way you can start setting up accurately right off the bat, not worry about, oh, crap, all I can put down is the, launch pad and the extractor itself, not even any heads. um, let's see here.
That's the
Okay.
weird thing. Like all of this happens, and then all of a sudden, quiet.
Uh, well, if you don't hear me talking, it's namely because I'm trying to, like, I guess talk to a computer screen. This
No,
thing
no.
records my voice as well as TeamSpeak and everything else. So,
Uh,
yeah,
oh, you're
you'll
playing
be
with it
in the
right now.
you'll be in the vid now.
Oh no.
Canadian Cron, everybody, give him a hand.
Hello, YouTube.
It's not YouTube yet. It's actually not even
Uh,
streamed. Not yet. No, I'm gonna attempt to cut and edit it better and stuff. So anyhow, this is how we scan a planet. This is how we scan a planet. Scan. Oh, never mind. All right, you shrink that down as far as it'll go, all the way to the left. Now you want to grab the rainbow here and drag,
no, I just mean on Intel. It's
and you want to get
seems like
your non-CS
all the EU
crystals.
bases finally gone to sleep or something because it's quiet.
Oh, no doubt. Then you just drag the bar until you're able to find like white spots. Those white spots are your hot spots. That's what you want. And you find the highest condensement of it. Ooh, look it down here. Ooh, that's nice. And you know what? I think we'll get the best amount out of this little sucker right here. Kind of looks like a tooth. So the first thing we're going to do is place our lava extractor head, and we're going to scroll in a bit here so that way you can see. And you want to make sure that you get it over the whole thing, but at the same time you don't want to be too outside the box. So right around there is actually really good. It's right on the bordering of yellow and orange. I like to use the selected item window just to keep things like real nice and neat. Um, I wind up tearing these up often, so I like doing this when I'm like bunkered down by something for some reason or another. I can't like get out to do anything, or it's just a very very slow night in the chain. Something um, kind of like a little mini game. Next up, your lava launch pad. You want the launch pad as close. You want all your connections as close as possible. Um, they take up more resources, and that's less resources that you'll have later on for like extractor heads, upgrades. If you need link upgrades, which if you're doing wormhole PI, no doubt you know what I'm talking about. You need those upgrades. Let's see. I've got a very squeaky chair. I do apologize. Uh, my old one, kids decided to jump on it and break the back off. Let's see. You can hit submit so that thing doesn't bother you so much, but it's going to constantly pop up. This is a serious process of a whole lot of clicking. Click, 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 click. Now your basic lava facilities. Okay, I like to do an arrow pattern. Some might like to do other things, but I like the arrow. I think it's very sleek. Um, it kind of looks a little impressive, at least to people that don't do PI very often. But you know, it's neat. Obviously, if it's red, it won't let you set it, so you want to get it as close as you can, but not be red. Boom. Now you can see it's a little off center, but it's not horrid. Um, Next one, you want to try to like level it back out. There we go. So we're gonna put. I don't know why I just did that. Oh well, you know what? We're gonna work with it. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna work with it. And that's a little too high. It's not gonna sit still. And unfortunately, I have no idea where the heck my mouse pad went. Uh, I came home today from work and the kids have taken it away or something. It's I can't find it. So I mean, this you're seeing the grooves in my wood desk right now. I apologize. I know it's real shaky. Okay. Well, normally I use Tune 2, but yeah, we can get rid of this one. It won't cost anything. Delete it. There. Gone. Now, just find a spot in here. Try to get it as close as you can, so that way the links are going to be very, very minor. There we go. Now we're going to link them all together. So what you want to do is you want to hover over the one you want to start with, okay? Usually I start up here, but I'm going to start over here because it seems to flow better. All right, you're going to press Control and click on it and then drag. Make sure you let go of Control as you release. So once you click it once, you don't need to hold it down. It's just click. Just like that. And as you can see, it's a little over half. Now, generally you want to try to make sure it's just under half, but then you can always add more after you get your extractor heads out to find out about how much real room you have. You hit submit. Now, as I said, we're going to make Chiral Structures. It's a simple P1. It's right here. You hit install. I like to grab this right away, create route, go directly to that launch pad. Boom. Done. And then you just do that to all of the above. No doubt, because I'm recording myself, I'm bound to mess up a crap ton, and I'm sorry. Cameras bother me, but just knowing for the fact that I'm recorded is obviously causing me a little bit of nervousness. Okay.
Oops.
And back. Okay. Once you get those all linked where they're all going to wind up going directly into all the products, all the Chiral structures, they're going to go right into the launch pad. You can go over here and hit submit. Alright, and next we're going to go with the extractor head. Okay, we're going to want to pull this screen out a bit so that way we can see where we're going to place these. Now what we want to do is survey for deposits. Now we need non-CS crystals to create these chiral structures. And then we just want to try to create as many of these as we can right off the bat. Boom. And it looks like I'll be able to get all 10. All right, awesomeness. See how we still have some room here. I will show you the skills here in a little bit to know what levels so that you'd be able to create this exactly so. Now, I like to set mine up to go for 2 days and an hour. The reason for that is because 9 times out of 10 I stop it within that last hour or so to reamp it because, no, let's face it, they're usually pretty low. This one here is saying that it's only going to get 9,000 units, but that's as it is right now. So let's move these. At this point, that's when you start to do these. Now, I like to leave what would be my pinky finger turned to the side, distance away from each one. I do not like to put them so close that they dang near touch, and touching is bad because then they'll do this. See that red? Yeah, you don't want to do that. And you just spread these all out, like around in the nice hot spot. And then you got, usually you'll have 1 or 2 left over. You want to set that dead in that hot, that very, very hot spot. Now, okay, we have a total of 8 plants down here, okay? And each one takes 3,000 units per half hour. So in this half an hour, I'm going to be pulling up over 11,000 units at the last hour. Now, that's not even enough to really run, well, it's enough to run 3, but not enough to run 4 of these factories. So, that's all well and good, but you really want to try to make sure that you're gaining up as close to leaving this thing running at full maximum capacity the entire time. At the same time, you also got to take into conclusion of up here, where you're going to have obviously far more than you can handle. Now, all this will also be funneled down into the launch pad. So you'll have to watch it to make sure it doesn't get too full. If it does, then just push some of the unused material up into your Poco for a little bit. And then the next day or whatever, throw it back down. No big deal. Now, there are ways, if you really want to get it like all math, scientific, and whatever with it, that you can set it up to where, oh, it's running on perfect efficiency all the time, whatnot, but I don't bother. And the reason for that is probably because I run a multitude of counts, not just one for PI. Almost every single one of my accounts is able to do at least a little PI. And I usually have the ones that are trained very little doing just this basic P1, pulling up material. Some of the times it's just raw material to help supply the bigger production plants and whatever. And I like to try to get around 40,000 or more units from an hour, but Chiral Structures is something that's actually kind of hard to get that on this planet, to be honest. It's rather a finicky little brat. So you know what? We're just going to settle for, 39,000. Oh, looks like my skills are a little off here. It looks like I can get a little more out of it. If I pull them out here. Okay, well, that's darn near it, right? Yeah, look at that. 39,916. Okay. You know what? That's pretty darn good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to already hit install. And you're going to see that these things start churning up. And that's great. Hit submit. So that way it doesn't hinder you from being able to go any further. Now, when you go here, you're going to see products. Open this up. And it's going to show you. This number here is reduced down to the first 3 numbers. Now this is actually over 50,000 units, okay? So that means that it's going to take up, like if I try to
your channel.
create a route and go here, okay? You're going to see this plus 80 something percent. Yeah, that's kind of heavy on this link. Okay, and that link will move a little slower. Supposedly, I never really saw a difference, but we have the extra resources. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna hit that upgrade and upgrade that link. Takes very little, so yeah, very little. Grab a hold of it, create route, put it down into the launch pad. Okay, now you're gonna hit submit one more time. Okay, now from here you're gonna grab the launch pad, and then you're gonna open up routes. And you're going to see all these, 20s, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. These are coming from all your factories. Now you've got to feed those factories these non-chiral structures. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little closer here so we can actually pinpoint the right ones. We're going to select non-CS crystals and we're going to create a route. And we're going to go right to that one. Create link. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Create route. And go to the next one. And this is just a rinse and repeat from here. I do hope I find a way to speed up this, but if not, sorry. I've gotten too used to taking my time when I play with this stuff. And PI is one of the only absolute continuous forms of income that I do. Uh, so, I like to spend a little bit of time on it, babying it, if you will. But that's pretty much it. This will churn up Chiral Structures, and it'll run for 2 days and 1 hour, provided I don't stop it beforehand to mosey it on over somewhere else. But this will probably stay here for about another 4 days or so. And then I'll move it. As you can see, it didn't really take up all that much ISK to reset up this minor little plant setup. And it will turn in decent amounts for you. Now keep in mind this is in fact a wormhole planet. So these scans, you don't really see them this high out in all. In fact, I've never seen them that high in all. Wormholes have the best PI in the game. Kind of makes up for the fact that we can't suck up moon goo. And so yeah, that's that. And yes, I'm in Terra. Don't bug me about it. It's the only indie that I could practically fly. PvE oriented. Now when we go to like other planets and stuff, you can see that most of these are all set up about the same way. And these ones are currently offline. So this is what I'll do when I first find out that they're running offline is I will scan. This one should be turning up that. No. Base metals. There we are. And as you can see, this has far higher density, so you gotta kind of slide that bar over. And you'll notice that it's very light green, so this is bad. There's hardly anything churning up there. This was at the tail end of its yeah, there's only 2,280 units of that. Yeah, that was at the tail end when I collected and I forgot to reset it. When I reset this planet, I'll probably, yeah, that little bugger right there. I'll reset it up here. Let's see, Planet 4. It's really hard to remember which people or which PI I've got going on what planet due to the fact that I have a decent amount of PI alts and stuff, churning up a lot of different things. So, yeah, all of these only had about another less than a couple hours left on them when I did that. Now, all these plants will run for 30 minutes as long as they are the basics. If they're advanced, it's once every hour. So, the advanced ones take a bit longer. The more advanced the product, the heavier its weight is as well. So, unit wise, when you supply to, let's say, what I call a colony setup. A colony setup is like a plant that's nothing but factories making products, and actually I'll probably show that on another video. I usually do a diamond or star setup, if you will. Kind of looks like this right here. A control tower symbol now. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Um, but yeah, I'll have to go through and redo these. I don't feel like recording all of them. It's a little embarrassing. But like these, you can see you pull them in different directions and whatnot. Now this planet has the best. Look at that. Look at those bars all the way up on aqueous liquids. Heavy metals is dang near all the way up, and then the reason why it's probably down like that is because I've got 3 characters churning up heavy metals here, so it's quite heavy. But as you can see, it's still pretty hot right there. Now, as you turn it way down, you can really see by these little light blue spots, and that one right there. Now that is a good spot. For my current level and skills, anyhow. If I had like level 5 skills, this would probably still look like this. But I don't. So I will have to churn this up and definitely replace a lot of these. It is getting time for me to move them. They've been in the same places for probably about a month or so now. Let's see. Oh, skills. Right. Oh, pardon that. As you can see, I'm like really combat oriented. Let's see. Plant management. Okay, so right now I've got command center upgrades 4, planetary consolidation at 4, planetologies at 3, and remote sensing at 3. I really don't see the point in having remote sensing any further. It's kind of bleh. I could still see this when I'm out in null within the wormhole, even though it says it's like 6 trillion jumps or something like that. It's insane. So honestly, I don't see the point in getting that any higher at all. Maybe if CCP implements something else that allows you to really, I don't know, do something with it. It seems useless to go any higher than 3. I think the only reason I trained it to 3 is because something else required it. But yeah, so that's P1 mining. Planetology mining. Yeah, that kind of mining. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go now. Bye.